Joy and happiness are both wonderful feelings to experience, but they are very different. Joy can share its space with other emotions like sadness, shame, or anger. Happiness can't. Joy is more consistent, is generally independent of the conditions around us, and is cultivated internally. It comes when you make peace with who you are, why you are, and how you are. Happiness, by contrast, tends to be conditional and externally triggered. Happiness happens to us. Even though we may seek it, desire it, or pursue it, feeling happiness is not a conscious choice we make. Happiness is based on other people, things, places, thoughts, and events. Humans are natural pleasure chasing machines. We often pursue more of what we like and avoid the things we don't. Long ago, this helped us to go for the proverbial carrots, avoid the painful sticks, and live another day. But in modern society, this approach keeps us on a perpetual treadmill of aversions and attachments, and sadly, some of us have even become conditioned to fear joy or happiness. Yet joy is necessary for human awakening and a return to the original blessings that came long before original sin. Joy as a moral obligation isn't limited just to the religious perspective, though it's briefly worth mentioning. And it goes something like this: the goal of spiritual life is to awaken a joyful freedom, a benevolent and compassionate heart in spite of everything. And joyful living is an expression of gratitude for our lives and for God's blessings. Gratitude expresses confidence in life for ourselves and for others, courage to be glad. We feel joy when we are spiritually connected to God or to people. And we can even experience joy when we achieve selflessness to the point of personal sacrifice. André Gide, the French author and Nobel laureate, summed it up: know that joy is rarer, more difficult, and more beautiful than sadness. Once you make this all important discovery, you must embrace joy as a moral obligation. The secular version that joyful living is a moral obligation goes something like this: your happiness does and should matter to others. Joyful living creates a set of inner circumstances that lend themselves to people being more patient and loving, more generous, giving, and kind. All of these become gifts you bring to others as an employer or employee, grandparent or friend, neighbor or child. Joyful people are dramatically less likely to belittle others, lose their tempers, or take out their chronic frustrations and anxieties on others. Joyful people are more likely to be productive, raise joyful children, and lead more rewarding lives. When we feel good, we're better positioned to treat others better in all our relationships and to be treated better with love and respect in return. We are neither rocks nor islands. Rather, we have the energy and capacity to interconnect, to treat more people better when we feel good and are experiencing more joy in our lives, to create a virtual spiral of joy. So now we will do a gratitude practice that also permits us to engage in the practice of acceptance and non striving, and simply savor and enjoy what's right here. So, taking a comfortable seat, and whenever you're ready, the invitation is to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Simply breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth for several long, deep breaths, calming our nervous system and settling in. Just taking a brief scan through our body to Notice any obvious areas of tension. And with a shift or a stretch or some other adjustment, seeing if we can let go just a little deeper. Sink just a little deeper into whatever is supporting us. And now allowing a small, slight smile to form on our lips. Just noticing the smile that forms inside us as we do so. And allowing that smile to fill with a radiant white light. It then slowly spreads throughout our bodies, bathing us in the sparkly white light. And if your mind wanders, not to worry, just bringing it gently back to the smile on your lips and the sparkly white light as it spreads throughout your entire body. And now taking a moment to think of something or someone for whom you are grateful. It could be a loved one, whether living or no longer living, or maybe something like the roof over your head or sunshine or the memory of something. Just focusing on something you're grateful for, however small. And if you're having trouble thinking of something, then finding gratitude for this moment that you are giving to yourself in meditation. And if your mind has drifted, just gently bringing it back, perhaps to the breath or to the thing you're grateful for, or a new object of gratitude, something for which you are grateful. Maybe the lungs that allow you to breathe, maybe a soft cushion on which to sit, maybe a person. And just savoring this time for another half minute or so. A slight smile on your lips, bathed in white, sparkly light. One or two of the many things for which we can find gratitude. And when you're ready, slowly rubbing your fingers together, maybe wiggling your toes. And at the sound of the bell, the invitation is to slowly open your eyes. Thank you for your practice.